schools in the US and still haven't gotten a good scholarship or assistantship, it means that something has to change. You cannot do the same things and expect a different outcome. In this video, I'm going to show you what I would do if I haven't gotten a good scholarship or assistantship to study in the US. If you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me a lot. All right, let's get started. One big reason you didn't get a good scholarship is that you applied to the wrong schools. This time you have to search for the right schools. You have to make sure they have funding and that this information is clearly. Yeah, so I always make mistake. I didn't realize it. I muted my mic. Sorry about that. So I have to do everything. Okay. Well, so yeah, I'm happy to have you around. And what I was saying is that today I want us to explore economics programs. My background is in. I came to the doing. I kind of have some knowledge about economics. So we are going to explore some schools together. And another thing I was trying to say that if I say ABC University has graduate assistantship offers for economics or in the economics, it doesn't mean it is only for economics. No, whatever program you are interested in, you have to take the that I am talking about, then apply it to whatever you are interested in. If you are interested in, then I'm talking about economics at ABC. You have to take ABC, then explore the program in ABC, because ABC University is funding economics students. There is a good chance that ABC, well, that's just how it works. Schools tend to have funding not just for one program but for many. So you have to spend the time and then explore each school for yourself in terms of your program of it. And I mean, in the subsequent live sessions, try to look at other programs as well. But so if you really wanna get ahead of other people, you can go ahead, and because there are so many schools, the more you explore, the more you come across some schools that people aware of. That give you an advantage. The competition becomes less for you. So that was what I was trying to say. And sorry about the sound. I just wasn't paying attention. So, but I hope it's clear now. So and whatever question you have, please, that I'll do my best. That's why we are here. Any question you have, whatever information I have about it, so, and let me know where you're watching this from. Okay, let me know country, or which, if you're in the US. So yeah, so let's get into it. And so economics. All right, let me hi Benson, hi Raymond, hi Bitri, I think Ghana now. Yeah, look, hi, um Don. The audio is fake. On talk Kukwa Collins Rama. Rehab, Abdul, Dexter, Rehab says, I want to go MSc. Right, advice. What do I do? What do you mean by you need to write an advisor? Get an advisor before you get. Is that what you are saying? Uh, I'll start there. I'll start with the I'll come back to the chat or whatever. So like I said, I came to the economics. That was the first thing right. So first thing that I can tell you is Ohio University. Because I was here and I did my. They have an economic that they fund an institute. A lot of people actually. That is a starting point if your master's in economics. Now, one thing I need to tell you about economics is that based on my observation, if a school's economics program has a PhD, okay, a PhD in economics, the school is not likely to find those who are interested. They may have masters in economics, but they are not likely to. That is what I've observed. So Ohio University, the economics program doesn't have a masters. Fund very well. But then where I'm currently doing my PhD, not in line. They have a PhD program, they don't fund masters, but they fund. That is something that you should go. What you can use it for is to try to look for that have that is just what I've observed. It's not like every program. For some schools have PhD masters in fund master. But what I've observed about economics, what I'm and also with economics, if you are coming to do your masters, then they are going to you not be hard to submit GRE. Most of them do. But if you are coming to do have the GRE is the important thing. Getting into economics. So if you want to do your have to take GRE. The quantitative side, you have to very well, like, because everything is actually based on the your verbal is good, then the say is good. That is what I can tell you. Your GPA is not even that important from my experience when I was I had a good, wasn't that scary, wasn't good at the time because a lot of things that were going on. That is what I can tell you. So if you want to do your PhD in economics, there are GRE sem. So here they, you can see that they are saying that funding opportunities are available on competitive. Now the funding information is not clear enough, so they are saying they have funding. What I am recommending, because I had my master's here. After I came, a lot of people came, and some people were there before me. All of that. That's why I can talk about my university. Another university that I can talk about is Penn State University. That as well have a program that they fund, and program is in person. I've told you guys that we're always looking for person program. So when you scroll down, let's look. So they require a minimum GPA of 2.7. I've told you that a minimum GPA doesn't mean when you have a GPA of 2.7, you're automatically going to and it doesn't work. Minimum GPA means that that is all you have. Then you have to complete other stuff or your application statement, stuff like that can help you. The minimum GPA, not anything, very complex. Economics, very very complex. Like I don't know why, but it's very complex. These are the requirements, and the requirements are generally this for all the other schools. Here is where we the assistantship that submit your application for 50. One of big. Then we can look at South Dakota State University. South Dakota. That one. Because of where it is located, when you get assistant, money is actually of everything. When I was coming to the US, I applied to South Dakota. I did one evaluation just because of South Dakota, and I didn't even end up here. Yeah, because at the time I first applied to South Dakota. Right, the application fee $35. I applied to that, and so I applied to Ohio University. Right, after I applied to Ohio University, I applied to South Dakota. But then before before I received the offer from Ohio University, the offer actually came very early. Before I received it, I'd already, I think, paid for the evaluation. So I had to just, but by the time the evaluation was done, I believe I had already received offer from Ohio. That actually came very very early. Yeah. So but there is actually a story to that as well, which but let's normally, you can just use a filter to get to where you want, of scrolling through everything. Have them, they don't have PhD, so this just goes back to what I was telling you. The economics, normally you want to target that don't have PhD. If they have PhD, they are not likely to give you assistance. There is for, yeah. So so there's a MS economics, that a bachelor. So even if we don't see funding, I can tell you that they fund. But the thing about South Dakota State University is that have to would have to do evaluation of your transcripts. So this is the main campus. Let's go to This one is general, is the school, because normally if you wanna ensure that you're on the right page, you have to make sure the program is here. I will tell you that everything on the page has to do with programs. Yeah. So let me click on this and try to see line. I know people who came to economics when they finished masters in, I don't know if I know. Yeah, that is an option. Once you get once you get into a school or in the country, it's always easy at other programs. Even come to the US with a visa to do maybe economic. But when you arrive in the US and then try to talk to somebody, director or coordinator, or communicate your background and the fact that you're already in the, and also so sometimes people get funding but they don't already, and that funding will be about you, but it's not guaranteed. That's why I don't want to come, and then for some reason, because I've seen a lot of people who came without funding, they still had to go. I've seen people came they or something, some got funding in the second semester. All these things, they are not guarantees. That's why I don't like students who your parent cannot sponsor you. I don't want to come and then hope that it happened. Not automatic. So, and even if, and the other thing is, if you don't have good funding and you try to process your visa, you end up wasting. I've seen people who have wasted so much money in the process. Well, that money could have taken their right program. And we have people who are using your program owing $100,000. $100,000. Even somebody who was born in the US struggle to pay $100,000. You are from Ghana. You are coming to the US, 100,000. You don't know what they are doing. So yeah, I don't think there is anybody in the US who has been in the US, like who has as long as I have been, tell you. I don't think so. Not a good idea. Instead of owing 100,000, why don't you spend the time, patient? If you have to wait 1 year, wait 1 year, be patient, do the right things, get a good scholarship. What about that? Why don't you that for a loan? The loan, they will give you, let's say 60,000 as a principal, and then the interest alone when you put everything together, 100,000, like for 1 year. Yes, stay away from it. So I don't see the funding information. I don't know how come I'm not. Let's go to uh national so this is not school. This is more like the general information from the graduate school. I want something specific to program, and this is not clear enough, but you can send an email. I can tell you that paying a lot of attention. So yeah, but I can tell you South Dakota State pages. So, but we know South Dakota. This, another school is that school. uh, uh, I think they no longer offer the economic. Last time I checked, that was a year ago. Uh, so Eastern Law University, right? When I was coming, so this was I applied to 3 schools, and this was the third school. They used to have a master's in economics, and the program was not doing well. When you hear a program is not doing well, sometimes it has to do with funding. The funding people are not. So normally, what happens is that the bachelor's program is actually what funds. So they also don't have PhD. That's why they used to fund enough. So the masters will fund the bachelor's degree programs, fund the master. More students they get to the bachelor's degree, more they can fund the master. That's just how it works. So if they are not getting a lot of students enrolling in the bachelor's degree, comes with in terms of fund. If I remember correctly, they no longer have the master's degree. But let's check it. Brought it back. Not easy to bring it back like that. When something is not there, it is difficult to find it. We may have to use everything that is actually. When something is not there, it is difficult to find it the website. So the best option is for us to say in Law University. That would tell us that the program, because I can tell you that the program is well. So we are seeing masters, right? Let's click on it and see what comes up. Tell you that they no longer offer it. The last time I checked it. Now this is something which was probably put online years ago, and that's why we can still have access to. So here you can see assistantships available. So they used to offer assistantship. That's why I applied to it. I've told you guys, before you pay application fee, make sure the school has clearly stated on their website, or has maybe you reached out by email and they told you that they offer assistance. That is the only time you apply. Because if they don't have assistantship, why waste your time? And most of these free application fees, they don't have anything good. Like University of Bridgeport, all these things, they don't have anything good for you. So please, some of you should stop wasting your time on the free application fee. I've been telling you guys. Okay. I don't see a good link for me to click on for the masters. I don't want anything that is PDF. Okay, let me open the links and tell you. Okay, well, if we don't find it, we have to explore a different way. I can show you. So here it's like when you finish the bachelor's degree, they have another track where you can get a master's, maybe global economy or applied micro, not a standalone master's degree. Okay, let's see. Degree requirements include. So what we can do is let's go to graduate degree programs, okay, and then look for programs. Okay, so economics. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything like masters in economics because they don't have it. The last time I checked, it was clearly stated that they don't. The program is no longer offered. Stuff like that. I don't know if I'm spending too much time. I don't want to spend too much time on one school. What am I? What am I even doing? Graduate degree programs. Let's go back again. Master's degree. Let's click this and see. So can you see what happened? We saw masters. We click on that link and they brought us here because they are no longer offering the masters in. Yeah, we can forget about it still. But you can check other programs if you are interested in other programs. They still have funding for other programs. All right. And then if you want to do PhD, then you can look at. There are several Ghanaians from first year to from first year to, there are people in their sixth. Somebody, there's no Ghanaian in the, but third year. The Ghanaian. So they have masters in economics, they have PhD, but the masters don't want basically, I mean, but the way the PhD economics works is that once you get into it, you can go. Once you get into the PhD, you can earn a master's degree. Master. So, wanna start your PhD because what they teach, that they teach PhD just that to the first year, right? So once, like, if you have your bachelor's degree and you want to do your, have to take the GRE. If you take the GRE and then your results very good, like you get a good score, then you can apply straight into at the beginning after your first year. You can actually, and then I already had a master's degree before I started the program, so a master's in economics I didn't do, wasn't, so yeah. But basically that's how it works. I can show you funding. Go back here. Yeah, also financial assistant. So they are saying that, life of each assistantship award includes waiver of the offer. Now, what I told you, it has to be specific program. So, Department of, as we see like this, but if you don't see Department of Economic, like general information, not really rely on general. In that case, you have to send the director or the coordinator of the program, and it's always easy. You can go to about and then faculty staff and find the director. There's actually a new director. Where is actually so so then another school we can look, the Dakota. I think if you have evaluation, you have done evaluation, I think you should look at all the Dakota. So there are four general, like four top Dakota schools. So we have one. One is University of North Dakota. The reason I'm doing this video actually because of the link that somebody forwarded pages, the WhatsApp group too. But I haven't got the list because I already, because economic, so I decided to start with some of the schools that I'm familiar with. I am not going to tell you about Harvard and all those, but Washington. Washington University, they might not give you. I know somebody who went there. That's what I'm saying. Person wasn't giving funding, so I don't know. It depends on them as well. But there are some programs, some schools just have to. The fact that you have GP, I had a GP of 3.8 out of 4. I wasn't focused on that are going to time. If you have the GRE, then you can look at that you want. Have a good GRE score. There are a lot of programs actually. All right, so Dakota State, University of North Dakota. So let's the economics program is applied economic predictive analysis. So we are looking for funding. And aid. This is a tuition. We don't see funding yet. Normally, if we have funding, it has to be here. I've told you guys, master's, PhD, we are not really interested in scholarships. Or scholarships shouldn't be the main thing that we consider. Our main consideration has to be assistantship, whether teaching, graduate, or research. That's what we focus. Scholarship is just a small. Sometimes I see people get scholarship of 50,000 and they are celebrating 20,000. They are celebrating it. No, if that scholarship is no more than half of your cost of attendance, what's the point? I don't really think. Like I've told you before, when you look for something, it's not always that you find it. So if you don't find it, then you have to send an email, right? Fellowships, if you're coming to do graduate studies here, you can look for fellowships as well. I will cover it. Now, the assistantship that we see here is general in School of Graduate Studies. It's not specific program. So it's not for me to say whether the economics program here they offer assistantship. Other programs are so what to say if normally if you click on teaching aid, they should get all the so so yeah, like here they're receiving a form, you can send a form. When you go to next page, you get opportunity to ask specific. Yeah, if you wanna explore more, if sometimes people will see this and then feel like, oh, there is no assistantship, they will forget about it. But if you send an email, you might get something. That is what time we say have to do your research. This is part of it, right? You spending time going the extra mile to or something. So that's the thing. I cannot just come and then do everything like nah. Doesn't work. Everybody has that kind. People come to me and they are like help them with the personal not easy. I don't have a lot of that like that. You got all right, let me just answer a few questions. I don't want to go far ahead and so let me just try to answer the ones that Brown, good. So Brown is from Nigeria. Where is from Ghana? Girl is from. Can you do for civil engineering? So D Black, that is something that we'll do later on. Not biological sciences. That will be later on. History. Maybe history worth it. But um, I don't know about opportunity, but I think if you want to do if you want to be a professor, then you have can do get into where you can. But apart from being a professor, I don't the opportunity. I'm not a history, so I cannot really say what I don't know. Ajua says, if you are with funding, Ajua, I don't want games funding for. So all these programs we can explore them later on, but not cannot can't do everything on. Yeah, next another program Fatu. But whatever I'm doing now, right, you can just apply it to whichever program you're in. Same thing that I'm doing, find out everything about school in terms of your poetry science, all these things, justice arts, like all this is the same process. So what I if I'm looking for a school that I should apply to, I think I've already made a video about this, right? I will look for that offer funding program that I want to pursue. So I'll look for all of them. I have to make sure they all offer funding. So I'll look for about maybe 10 schools that have funding. Then when I have the 10 school, then the next thing is for other to look at other things that I can that I can that can help me narrow the three I depending on. So yeah, that's what I want. So I will reduce the number before, like, in terms of whether the school is whether application or not. It's not a priority for me. It has to be maybe 10th on my list, like 10th on in terms of I don't not like 10, like maybe fifth in terms of what I consider. Right. So I have to look for other things, personal statement, what they are looking for, the program, the kind of program they offer, the kind of things like a lot of things before I will look at whether the application fee or not. If I can waive it, then I can now try to see how I can get application. That's just what I would do. Not I don't consider application first and I I have never applied to a US school for free before. That's why you have to be practical and you have to be serious about it. People are making up free app schools. That's what you guys want, but that's not your what your focus should be. But if you have a GPA which is more than 3.5, right, then you can kind of chase free app schools. Have a good chance. But if your GPA is below 3.5 and you wanna come, which schools? History. Well, history I can tell you about Ohio University. I at the time when I was at Ohio University, I knew two people also who were doing it. But I mean that is one thing, one school that comes to mind. All you guys, engineering, all these things, we are not going to. It's just one school for today, and then next time we'll look at other schools. Yeah. Next, I don't know what we'll look at, but it's the same. Upon Ben is you need help with the paying of the service fee. So the service fee, the thing is that I don't have plans of sending money to Ghana, right? So that's the thing. If you can find if you know somebody in the US who doesn't know how to pay, and then the person can pay it for you. I don't charge anybody any send me the service fee amount. I can even use my money to the post. You can just send me $350 because it's not a big deal. This is what I used to do pass tell the person to send the money. Now I don't have plans of sending money. Find a way to send me the money. Yes, I'm not going to charge anybody. That's just how it is. Nursing, human resource. I think I saw human resource in this year. I don't know, maybe or it's very soon. All right, let's look at it, and then I'll continue with some of them. Background sound is okay. I hope not a problem now. So I'm now seeing a message from Bella, and Bella is saying the background sound is loud and distracting. So maybe it was before I realized that. Let me know if there is still an issue. I'll look at what is going. So if you're on TikTok, you will see that the setup is. I had to change a lot of things. Let me tell you what happened. Last week Sunday, we're supposed to have a mock session, but no matter everything that we did, not just me and the other people were supposed to do everything, but it couldn't join. Like they would join, and I wasn't hearing them and of that. So I was so frustrated, and so we had to forget about the mock session. So then just I was bored, and I started setting up new things, different things. So if you're on TikTok, you see that everything looks different compared to live session. Different setup. But if you're on YouTube, same thing. So yeah, going forward, I think this actually better space. I agree to see whatever I'm doing much more fast. What I'm doing, but I think this one. So Omeni is watching from South Africa. I don't know what is going on with it. I don't know what is going on with my stuff, but I hope you guys can hear me very well. And the private universities offer assistantships as well, because I know most public. If you want to do masters, you have to look at public universities. If you want to do undergraduates, maybe private universities. That's my observation. Okay, because public universities, the assistantship is more like employment, and it's based on one thing. I mentioned enrollment by undergraduate students. Also from the government gives money to the schools for them to be able to fund these things, right? So public universities get these grants from the government. Private universities don't get these grants, so private universities are not able to offer assistantships that much. Most of the time they don't really have good assistantships. So or many from South Africa. Yeah, Matt tutorial says kindly check your audio. Sometimes it goes off. Yeah, I don't know if it's my microphone. But I hope you guys can manage. I don't know. Hi Abdul Nasser. Hi Abraham. Okay, Abraham. But I hope you guys can manage. What we are doing. So now let's look at another school which we've actually looked at here, Illinois State University. I know the economics program. I almost applied to Illinois State, but I think I didn't. Maybe because of the GRE. I think it was one of the universities I considered when I wanted to come to the US, but I think I didn't apply because of the GRE. But they have funding. They have offered funding to international students in the past, and so this is the Department of Economics, and you can see awards and scholarships. Let's go to funding actually. So Department of Economics, right? And they have assistantships. So yeah, you can look at Illinois State University as well. And okay. Yeah, so here they are saying that to be eligible for an assistantship, you must have earned a GP of at least 3.0, right? And GRE score of at least 300. So yeah, they required a GRE. I think that was why I didn't apply to Illinois State, but yeah. And then we can also look at let me look at this list. University of North Texas actually. Let's see. North Texas. So economics masters. So on campus, which is what we are looking for. And tuition and aid, let's see here. We'll probably see everything that we are looking for in terms of funding. These are undergraduate scholarships, but that's not what we are looking for, right? So assistantships. Now you see, this is economics, right? And this is assistantship, so it's specific to the economics department. So they have academic assistantships, teaching assistantships, research assistantships, and teaching fellowships. So yeah, but I don't know if they have PhD. Hold on, let me find out if there is PhD, and then so that we'll try to understand whether it's just for PhD students or masters or just okay. So they require a GRE scores not more than, okay, they require a GRE. So yeah, economics, it's very difficult. So normally they, require a GRE. So yeah, you have to have the GRE if you want to apply to the University of North Texas. And then the deadline, if you want funding, is you have to make sure you apply before March 1st if you want funding, if you want to be considered for funding. Okay. Well, this is probably not even domestic. This is, so let's click international deadlines, and then that will give us specific deadline. The application fee is 75. That's a lot of money, I don't know. You have to decide what you want to do. So yeah, you can look for so many schools, and then you can look at them in terms of the application fee. After you have confirmed that they offer funding, then you can narrow it down to the application fees, so that you can look for the ones that have, then you can start taking out schools that don't have the GRE. If you don't have the GRE, then you can start taking out those ones. Then you can start taking out those who have application fees of more than maybe $60. You can take those ones out. Then so you can narrow the list down until maybe you have like 3 that you can actually afford, and you can get into, and that's just how it works. That's how you end up applying to the right school for you, right? So know what I was looking, but we know University of North Texas, they have funding, sorry, so we can but so one thing you can do is to send an email to find out about the funding, if it's okay, hold on, let me click on graduate student. I just want to make sure, like, find out if they have just PhD or masters. So these are the students, they have more students actually. Let me do the bio of this person and see if the person is in the PhD. Yeah, it doesn't say anything, just it just says okay, degree requirements. So yeah, they have masters only. It looks like they have only masters, because when I clicked on degree requirements, this is what I'm seeing. So I think, yeah, I want to believe that they have only master's degree. Okay. All right. Then another school we want to look at is Rice State. Last week we looked at Rice State, and they had something for public health. So let's look at economics and see. Okay, so Rice State, the name of the program is Social and Applied Economics. So it's not, exactly economics like the one we are familiar with. And they also have information systems. So the admission is the same as what is required by the graduate school. Okay, let's see if we'll find funding. So let's go to so the economics actually under the School of Business. It's not like a standalone, department. So okay, let's look at admission and see. Last week when we were looking for public health, it was easy to find, but today, the same school, different departments, and this one, the information is not clear enough. Okay, they have metrics and data analysis. Okay, let's. Okay. So you need to have a bachelor's degree. Yeah, I don't know about the funding, right? Because I don't know about the funding here. If you're interested, you can send an email. That's just what emails are for, right? If you're interested, just send an email to find out more. But I don't like people hiding information. It's like, if you want to give it to me, give it to me. Don't pretend that it's there, meanwhile it's not there, and it's like you are misleading me or deceiving me. I don't like stuff like that. So when I see stuff like that, I just want to forget about it and then focus on other schools, because there are so many of them. So why waste time on one thing, when there are alternatives, so yeah, I don't know. I don't want to waste my time on this. I mean, if you want, you can explore it and then check on I no, I don't want to. Let me look for another school. Let me look for another school. I see California State. State University. Um, Economics. And also you can actually check the programs ranking. Okay, you can actually check the programs ranking. First of all, let me check, the program. So one of the things that you can do after you have compiled the list of schools that have assistantship uh is to look at the school's acceptance rates. If you want, that can give you, okay, 87, 86. Yeah. Then you can also do economics ranking and then see where it is, because depending on your GPA, you don't want to go too high. You want to, kind of look for something that you can get into. When you see or any of these things, you just have to, these are Ivy League schools, you have to avoid them, because if you want to get into these schools, you have to have a good GRE and all of that. So you want to stay away from these schools. So yeah, it looks like it's fairly okay, and we can kind of begin to explore it and see. So MA, okay, program. So if you guys have any question, you can, yeah, telling us to go here. Okay, work on this. Oh no, okay. I think there is a problem with the link. Okay. I don't know if I just have to add it to this. Just add it. Let's see if this will work. The page is not. I don't know. So I said I should go to business, grad program, and then academic. So let me go back to business. Okay, so this is what the link was about, and I don't see much here. So I don't like the website. Is not user friendly at all. The programs. I normally, if there's something good, you can see it from the beginning. Most of the time, if there is something good, you see it from the beginning. If you have to spend too much time on something, probably not worth it, right? So yeah, let's forget about it. Let's say Georgia State. I recommended it for MBA because their MBA program has good funding. So MBA Georgia State economics masters. Okay, Olu Kokun is watching from North Texas, North Cyprus. Your name sounds like a Nigerian name. And your question is check for full scholarship for masters. So like I said, today we are looking at economics, and eventually we'll look at other programs. We might get to your program soon, but yeah, we cannot just look at every program. It will not be efficient. So they have an application fee of $50, and I look for schools not paying attention to this. It's only after I've compiled all the list, then maybe I'll look at the application fees. But I mean, it's not like some of you don't think I come from a wealthy home, and no, it's not true. I am just like all of you, honestly. So, but I don't want to waste my time on something when I can actually invest and then once and for all and just come. So that's just how I do my things. That's this is okay. Let's click on this and see. um let me oh no, is it Georgia State or Georgia Tech? Oh no, so the one I recommended I think is Georgia Tech. Georgia State, I actually know what's the name? I know somebody was actually a colleague at the UCC who who came to do his masters in Georgia State, and he had a GRE, so that's the thing. He had a GRE, so and he was funded. Georgia State, I know that he was Georgia State. So yeah, this some schools will not tell you what is going, will not tell you about the funding, but um if I don't know why people will be sending me messages when I am live. Like, I don't get it, which means they are not paying attention. If you send me a message during live session, I'll just ignore it because I don't get the point. Like, I'm doing live session and people are sending me messages, like, why? And they will not come and ask the questions during the live session, and then after the live session then they will be bombarding me with questions. Like, nah, that's not how it works. I don't have time like that to some of you, if you were in my shoes, you not even consider anything like this. You not even have time for anybody, because I've seen a lot of people like that. They will disturb me and then they'll come here and then suddenly it's like, hey, they don't care about anything there. So I mean, it's human nature, so I know some of these things. I mean, I know human nature. I see all these things. Okay, let's go to graduates. And so they have a fellowship. It's so, I've told you that I know somebody who was at Georgia State, right? And so what you can do is to, like, once you hear that, okay, somebody was there, then it means that if you don't find an information, just send an email to the school, right, to find out more. So that's what I will recommend when it comes to a situation like this. So yeah, let's say Akron. Yes, Akron. I remember Akron University. Before I came to the US, I had two people who were doing masters in economics at Akron. I think they took the GRE, if I remember very well. Masters in economics. So Akron, if you have the GRE, I think you can look at Akron. And also, I had a colleague. He went to Akron to do math. We came at the same time. He went to do maths, and then from maths he went to do his PhD at University of one of those Texas universities. And yeah, he's now with his PhD, so he's officially a doctor. Yeah, Akron, I can tell you that the economics program, they used to they have economics program and they used to fund students. So this is the economics program, right? And they used to fund, I cannot say now, but at the time they used to so they have information session. Maybe if you attend, then maybe they can give you a waiver, okay. I like this one too, like I've told you, I know people who came here. So if we don't find something, then you have to send an email. That's just how it is. But I know they fund you. Okay, well, let's know. Well, we can also check here and see, maybe we'll find the funding information from here. So here they are saying that GRE is currently waived. Yeah, because I know GRE, yeah, they are waiving the GRE, but then they require a minimum GPA of 2.75. Okay, what it means is that if you have a GPA of 2.75 and then you do so well in your GRE, you will be considered ahead of somebody who has a GPA of 3.5 or something, because the GRE is very powerful, more powerful. So long as you meet the requirements, GRE is more powerful. That's just how it is. Okay, so yeah, I don't see anything about funding, but I can tell you about Akron. Okay, I can tell you about Akron. Okay, let's check it again and see. Yeah, the information is just Okay, so they are saying that the College of Business has a limited number of partial teaching assistantships. So the economics program is under the business departments, and so this one is general for the business departments and the business college. And so they have information session. If you want, you can join, and I'm sure you can get something. And so they are saying a deadline for spring teaching assistant. They even have assistantship for spring, and so the deadline is October 31st. That this has already passed, but yeah, this has passed. And yeah, but so you should apply, to start in fall. So yeah, Akron. And um what else? There are a lot of schools. I'm just trying to look at what New Mexico State. But New Mexico State, the economics is not masters in economics. I think is it agriculture economics or something. Okay, well, it's that one is even PhD. I don't know about your masters. You can look at that and see New Mexico State. Mexico State economics. We can look at this. So they have a master's in economics, which is good. And they have PhD in, I think, agriculture economics. The financial assistance. So the MA economics has graduate assistantship, for students, and that is also under the College of Business. A non-resident may qualify for resident status after 1 year. Okay, well, yeah. So another teaching and research assistantships are not available for this program. Admission to the program does not imply funding. So they don't have funding for the MA in economics, but they have funding for PhD programs. I think this is a program that I was talking about, agriculture economics. The PhD they will give you funding, but the MA they don't have funding. So, but then the only thing they can offer for you is that, as international students, your tuition is charged based on you being a non-resident. But they are saying that after 1 year, you'll be charged resident tuition, which is lower. So, but that's not anything. We are not interested in stuff like that. It's not helpful. But I know this one, if you want to do agriculture economics, yeah. So even if we don't see it, I can tell you. Okay, I can tell you that the agriculture economics they fund students. Doctor, master in agriculture. No. What he did was it economic development? Maybe economic development. Because I thought it was agriculture economics, but yeah, we don't even see anything about the funding. Yeah. Okay, so the department is agriculture economics and agriculture business, but then the programs there, they differ. So the doctorate program is actually economic development. Let me see the students. Let me see if I'll find the person I'm looking for, because he graduated last year. So no, he's not here. He graduated last year. There are a lot of Nepalese. There are Nepalese. One from New Mexico. Two from New Mexico. One from Bangladesh. Then Mexico, West Africa. Michael Osei. And Nigeria. Anywhere there is a Ghanaian, there is a Nigerian. Anywhere there is a Ghanaian, there is a Nigerian. I'm telling you. Yeah, okay, 2 Ghanaians. Yeah, we have to equate Nigerians. 2 there. That's funny. But it's good to see, people from different places. Alright. So Western Law University, yes, I just remember Western Law University too. We can check economics program. So they call it quantitative economics. So they have assistantships, right? I don't think they don't have PhD. Like I told you, if it's just masters, then you are likely to be funded. So they have assistantships, and they are saying that 20 hours per week and stuff like that. And to be eligible, you need to have a GP of at least 3.0, and then GRE is required for those who are coming from AACSB accredited institutions. Do I even know what that is? Which is, if you're a student, that is what I expect you to do. Always, you don't understand something, find out. So then you have to type the name of your school. So let's say University of Cape Coast and see if it is part of it. Okay. So University of Cape Coast is not part, but University of Cape Town is part of it. So if you're from University of Cape Coast, you're not part of the list. So then you have to submit the GRE. That's this is very simple. So yeah, Western Law University, you can look at that. And then so many. I think Bowling Green, if I remember. I don't know. Bowling Green, is it? Bowling Green is also here, but Bowling Green, yeah, economics. But I think they require a GRE. This is just the thing about economics programs. They tend to require a GRE. Okay, so that makes sense. Today I have not seen Karen. I guess Karen is busy today, so today Karen is not around. So Bowling Green, okay. The program is financial economics. Yeah, Bowling Green. I know people who have studied at Bowling Green, but I don't see any familiar face here. So, yeah. So they have graduate assistantship, so you can look at Bowling Green, but I think they require a GRE. Let's see. Okay, they don't even require a GRE, so that's actually good. So Bowling Green, they don't require a GRE. Yeah, they don't require a GRE, so that's a good thing. Okay. Then what else? I was going to look for Cleveland State, but I think Cleveland State. I know somebody who applied and the person got partial funding, and so I don't want to spend time on that. But you can check Cleveland State. For the economics program, that's what I mean. The person got partial funding. That was some years ago. So I don't know. The other one, all these, there are a lot of them, but you have to. Southern Law University. Let's do Southern Law University. Then I'll probably end it. Then kind of answer some of your questions. And which one am I? Let me do Edu as well. Masters in. If you want to do my PhD in economics, the schools have so many. So that one, but you have to have the GRE. That's just how it works for economics. If you want to do PhD, you need to have the. I'm not looking for undergraduates. I'm looking for. Okay, let's go back. I think I didn't check the link very well. What I'm looking for, okay, I think what they have. Okay, so let's. This is Carbondale. But I didn't intend to click on Carbondale, but it looks like I was brought to Carbondale. They have economics, and they have PhD, and they have masters, and my guess would be they don't fund. They require a GPA of at least 2.7. Okay. Into the master's program. For PhD, they require 3.25. My guess would be they won't fund the masters, but they will fund a PhD. With economics, that's just how it works. Okay, I don't see where is funding. I don't even see funding. All right. Okay. You're saying that GRE is not officially required for admission. The economics program uses the GRE in funding decisions. So that's just how it is. If you want to do PhD in economics, you have to have the GRE. That's just like if you want to be funded, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'll just go back. And let's go back to Edwardsville. Maybe they don't have. Edwardsville. So everything here is Carbondale. It was well. I think they don't have master's degree in economics, right? Because when I look for it was well, what I see this is Carbondale. This is what I Carbondale is what I get. So maybe they have masters in okay. I think this is what they have, right? Masters in economics, finance. Uh, this not the link I'm looking for. I think Carbondale overshadows Edwardsville. So let's go next. What's going on with this? I think this is Carbondale. Carbondale. See, let me show you. You know, see Carbondale. There's Carbondale. So I mean, probably they don't have it because one thing I can also do is just look for Edwardsville, then get into the website, then I can explore the degree program. So let's go to graduate school, and then really, this is what you are showing me. Okay, then oh no, Edwardsville. Academics, graduate catalog, degrees and programs. Then let me use a filter to make it easy for myself. Look for economics. Just I'm not I'm not even able to use the filter. Let's go down and see if there is anything economics. Because so far I doubt there is anything economics. Yeah, they don't have economics program for masters. Maybe they are for bachelor's degree, yes, but for masters they don't have economics. They have master maths and all of these things, but they don't have economics. So yeah, they don't have economics. So yeah, so far yeah, so far we've seen that if you want to apply so far okay, yeah, this is yeah, so far if you what we have found from today's live session is that if you want to do your masters in economics, you can look at Southern Law University. But I think Southern Law University, I think they only fund PhD students, right? And they are also saying that you need to have the GRE, right? If you want to be considered for funding. Bowling Green, they have financial economics, and it looks like they don't require the GRE, and they also have graduate assistantships, so you can consider Bowling Green State University. And then Western Law University, you can also look at that. They have assistantships, but depending on the school, you may be required to submit the GRE. And then Akron, yeah, Akron, we didn't say anything, but based on history, right, I can tell you that they have funding. Okay, well, actually, the College of Business has funding, but it looks like the funding is partial. So Akron, if you want to do economics, you know. And then North Texas, they have funding, you know, they have funding for economic students. And then Eastern Illinois State University also has funding for international students. But the other thing is, if I remember, Illinois State, I think they may require a GRE, but that's something you can check, right? And then North Dakota, right, they also, their program is applied economics and predictive analysis. Do they offer funding? I don't remember whether this was part of the schools. I don't remember, but and then Northern Law University, they have economics PhD, and then they have economics masters, but they don't fund the masters. They only fund the PhD. So that's something. Then South Dakota State University is one of the universities that I applied to when I was coming to the US in 2016, and they have funding, you know, for international students to do economics. And then Kent State University also has funding for economic students in the economics program, and and they don't require the GRE if I remember correctly. So, and then Ohio University, obviously, you know, this is the school that I attended, and they don't require the GRE, and they have funding as well. So far these are the schools that I can tell you about, in terms of economics. And remember what I said about economics. If you want to do your PhD, then you have to take the GRE. If you want to do your masters, then yeah. And also, if you want to do your masters in economics and you don't have the GRE, or you want to be funded, you have to look for schools that only have masters in economics, because if a school has masters in economics and PhD in economics, you are not likely to be funded if you want to do masters, because they are likely to fund only PhD students. Okay. I hope you remember that as well. So that is all I can tell you guys. And next week we'll look at another school, right? We cannot look at every school we cannot look at all the schools at the same time. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. And any hope for 2.2 2.2 out of 4.0, I guess. I think I will prefer if you guys tell me, your GPA in terms of 4.0, so that I will know what to say about it. Kati, Perry, thank you. Salim, okay, thank you. Okay, Kati, Jessica, okay, thank you. Deep Black, yeah, Deep Black. So engineering is something we'll look at, in a future live session. Antiagi says, can you get a full scholarship without GRE? Of course you can. Please, can you increase your volume? Wow, this volume 10. You can't hear me. My mic, is there a problem with my microphone? Because I don't know what's going on with the microphone today. Also, I don't know. Well, when I finish, I'll play it back and then make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure everything is resolved before tomorrow. Okay, and Miss Fine says you got admitted into Georgia State. Okay, admission is not a big deal. I always tell students, if you get funding, then that makes all the difference. If you get admission is so easy to get. Okay. Ati says, can you check data analysis? So maybe we can do that another time. You've done public health already. Yes, you can check the video on YouTube. Okay. Procurement, can I get for funding? I mean, I don't know much about procurement, but it's a business program, so I think, yeah, you can. You might have to spend a lot of time on it, but yeah, you can. Alaolua, you don't have to say you want to ask a question. You just have to go ahead and ask your question. And Shade says, need your coaching to overcome my initial visa denial. Well, you find all the links on YouTube and also on my TikTok page. So Phantom says, I can hear him, I can hear clearly. Oh, okay, well, good to know that somebody can hear me. So TikTok, yeah, that is it for today. And tomorrow we'll look at tomorrow we have our visa interview mock session, and then we'll explore the programs as well next week. Then let me quickly look at YouTube. Okay, hi Jolu. Nenekwa, thank you. Love from here to Ghana as well. Edwin from Cameroon. Many says, okay, I need clarification on this. When applying for graduate assistantships separately and you are required to give 3 references, should I write my employers or my professors? Because you are coming to study, it is always better to use your professors, okay? Because you are coming to study. But then if you have like 2 professors and then 1 professional reference, maybe somebody from your job place, then that can also work. But ideally, professors are better. Okay. Whoever submits your recommendation must have a professional email address, right? Nothing like at Gmail or at yahoo.com. Those ones are not accepted. Okay. Kofi says, Shai, I got in touch with a professor from University of South Dakota. She said the school can take care of 2/3 of my tuition and stipend through assistantship opportunity. Can I use part of my stipends to cover 1/3 of the tuition over? Yeah, you can. But then the other thing will be your living expenses, right? But I think if you are getting 2/3, then yeah, go ahead and accept it. It's not bad. Okay. When you come, you can survive. You will find your way. But my thing is, if the funding is so bad and you still want to come, then I have an issue. But this one, I think it's not so bad. So yeah, you can go ahead and then yeah, go ahead and accept it. Okay. And if you have applied to other schools, you can also, wait on them and see how everything goes. Okay. So guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Bye bye. My name is Shaibu. The goal of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to help students get their visas approved. And finally, to help students navigate through life in a foreign country. If any of these interests you, consider subscribing.